SuperArt ready.
All right, what's up, YouTube? It's been a minute, but I'm back with another video, and today we're doing something different. I got the idea not too long ago to do some WWE content, and I thought, oh man, I can draw some wrestlers. And I'm like, I got 2K25. I always play a lot of the wrestling games, you know, when they drop. And this year I did decide to get 2K25, so I got the idea. I was like, man, I can draw like some of the girl wrestlers, because I think the women's division right now is killing it. Got a lot of good talent on the roster, and I decided to do Jade Cargill first. This will be a series, so I will be doing Stephanie Vakir and Bianca Belair coming up next. And maybe some more. I'm definitely gonna do Penta because he's real popular right now. Penta, he's, you know, ever since coming over from AEW, he's been on a run in WWE. He's been putting on good matches. You know, the fans have taken to him like they've always had, all the way back to like his Lucha Underground days. But I'm definitely gonna do Penta. I like his outfit. I think it'll be fun to draw, and a bit of a challenge. There's a lot of details and stuff, but I like doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some wrestlers for the next couple videos here, just do a WWE theme. But yeah, I did Jade Cargill, and I was like, well, I get some matches in, so we're gonna make Jade super Jade right here, because she's winning all the belts, right? And I'm gonna have her fight Rhea Ripley, which, you know, she's doing right now. We're in Perth, Australia. This is Rhea's backyard. You know, she's Australian. What better way to start a match and get, you know, a victory over somebody? Spoiler alert, because I'm not gonna lose in my content. Come on, we can't do that. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna beat Rhea Ripley up in her hometown, take her belt, and then I'm gonna challenge Tiffany Stratton for her other belt. And then we're going to fight the man, Becky Lynch, at the end inside the steel cage. So make sure y'all watch the whole video. There's some good matches on here. Better than probably what they would do on TV. Like I was putting together some good spots in these matches. I like to use Jade's super finisher off the top rope. So she does the Jaded off the top rope. So you'll get that. Get some nice cage spots too in the cage, but yeah, it was real fun. So I know in my last video, I mentioned Clip Studio Paint, and I do have it. So I'm still learning and working on it, but I didn't want to stop making content just because I'm, you know, learning the program and stuff like that. And they got a lot of dope tools in Clip Studio Paint. I'm just like, oh man, I've already got like some other projects and things I want to do now, like in terms of making a comic book and stuff like that, and get back into that. So I think now with my skill and my talent, I'm ready to actually put forth and do a comic book. But they got a lot of good tools, a lot of good special effects, got a lot of good like pre-made comic panels and things like that in Clip Studio Paint. A lot of different nice brushes and special effects brushes and things like that. So I am learning it. I have been messing around with the shading assist tool, which I think I won't use it on my characters, but I definitely will use it for backgrounds. I think it works really well for backgrounds and those kind of things. I could use it on the characters, but I think I'll do the shadows and the highlights myself and shade and stuff like that. The way I've always been doing it. It's just part of my workflow now. So yeah, I'm still working on a few things with Clip Studio Paint, so I'm not totally abandoning Photoshop yet. I'm kind of using them both in tandem. Not on this project, but for some other stuff I'm working on. I did like the brushes and things that I had set up for myself going in, but I'm gonna probably start using it when I get my full workflow. Like when I know where all the options are and I don't have to like mess around in the settings too much, like where I know where everything is, where I need it to be, then I'll for sure 100% be on Clip Studio Paint, because just off the top, there's a lot of good stuff in there just for messing around with it. But I do need to just take the time to kind of set up my workflow in Clip Studio Paint, because as an artist, when you are doing your digital work, you know, your workflow and how quick you get to your tools is part of your process, and you want like a smooth process. So I'm just like, I can draw in it already. Like drawing things in it already is not an issue. It's again, it's more the workflow. Click here for this, move these things here. The layers and all that stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is very similar. A lot of the things are in the same place. Some things are just named different. And then like Clip Studio has some other little options and things like that. So I'm watching tutorials and things like that too, to you know, figure out what can assist me and maybe help my art get a little bit better with, you know, maybe lighting and special effects and stuff like that. So I'm watching content to see what people use, and see what I can take from that, you know, and add to my toolkit and my tool set and my workflow. But I'm getting there. So eventually, yeah, I will fully move over. But I did, you know, take the leap. I brought the $250 version or whatever like that. It's one time. I don't pay anything else for it. Like it's mine. It has all the features. So I got every little feature, you know. And a few weeks ago, I was at Pasadena Comic Con out in Pasadena, California. And I spoke to a lady who uses it. And she said, yeah, the transition won't be too difficult. Like when you get in there, a lot of the stuff will be similar to what it is in Photoshop, just named differently. And that's exactly what happened. Like once I got in there, I was like, oh, a lot of this stuff is kind of like in the same area, you know. They got the brushes, they got the pens, they got the pencils, your special effects. The layer thing is the same, you know, the opacity, the color gradients, all that stuff like that you need is just there. It's just like, I'm going to go through and continue to watch more YouTube videos on people that are making the kind of art similar, that I can do, and see what kind of stuff that like how they have their setup, and see what I can mimic, and see how I can set myself up to be a little more efficient, you know, with all my stuff and just how I'm producing content. But yeah, this one I had fun. Jade has some very interesting outfits. If you know her from her AEW days, she was the TBS Women's Champion for like mad long. She went undefeated for like a year. She had like a Goldberg run, like, to the wrestling fans out there, like y'all know. But she would cosplay as a lot of like superheroes. Like she did She-Hulk one time. She did Jade from Mortal Kombat, which, you know, obviously her name is Jade, so that made sense, right? You know, she's done a lot of superhero stuff, inspired gear. I think she had like a Deadpool one time too. But I remember seeing her years ago on like a Facebook or Instagram post, and she was dressed up as Storm. And she looked really good in the Storm outfit. I was like, damn, she would make a good like Storm in a movie. And now, given her much more popularity with, you know, WWE and getting more global exposure, I hope they allow her to like pursue that. Like, I would love to see her as Storm in the upcoming X-Men movies. You know, I think they already maybe have a Storm for those films, but I'm not sure. I haven't been following too much of the next phase of Marvel stuff like that. I've been a bit checked out on MCU stuff, so I don't know if they have the X-Men stuff people planned already. Like, I don't know if they have a new Wolverine yet or anything like that. But if they don't have a Storm, y'all got to holla at y'all girl Jade, because I think she fit the bill, like just looks wise. You know what I'm saying? So, I took a nasty finish from Rhea, but I kicked out. Ugh, get up off me. We're not losing in the content, you know, we got to win. But yeah, she's got some interesting outfits, and this one was kind of similar to the outfit she wore at WrestleMania, that I'm drawing right now, that she wore when she fought Naomi. They had a really good match at Mania. It was a badass match. Like, if you haven't seen it, shame on you, because you should. It was a good match. And it's definitely good to see Black women be highlighted on the big stage like that. in the world of professional wrestling because, you know, they're few and far between and, you know, got to support my sisters, you know what I mean? So, but they had a good ass match. They worked together really well. And Naomi on the hill run right now with the Money in the Bank. I hope they revisit some of the stuff with her and Jade because, you know, they were a team at first and then they split them up or whatever. They had that little mystery a few months ago, like who attacked Jade and threw her off the thing and pushed her into the car and all that stuff like that. And they found out it was Naomi and they've been having this like good feud. So I'm just like, I hope they get a good program. Jay's actually going off to film a movie with Jonathan Majors. So again, you know, hopefully he can get back in the good graces with the Marvel. I don't want to get into that whole situation, but you know, I know his case and things like that. He's been exonerated on some stuff, but yeah, it kind of sucks. He lost his, you know, spot as King the Conqueror and all that, or they're not gonna continue that. But maybe they will now that, you know, things have been cleared up in that whole situation or whatever like that. But to see her get featured in an upcoming movie, like a prominent actor such as Jonathan Majors, like that's dope. So again, you know, if they looking for a, you know, a storm in these next movies, you know, you got your girl right there, man. She right there. Like it's a layup, you know. But yeah, her outfit was really fun to do. It had like these lightning bolts like going down the side and like across the top of the neck and chest. That was really dope. I actually had a variation of that outfit in the game. It didn't look all the way there, so I was just like, you know, I didn't want to use that one because it looks okay, but then there's parts that don't look okay on it. But yeah, I had fun drawing her. I was just like, she's got big muscles, you know, she looks like a superhero already, so it's like, why not? So, and just doing a basic pose. I didn't want to get too crazy with the pose. It's just like she flexes, like that's her thing. She gets in the ring, she hits the pose, she flexes, boom, and you know she's the total package. You know, much like Lex Luger. So that was, you know, it was fun. Filming the content too was pretty fun. I've been playing a lot of WWE 25. There's some things about it I like and some things I don't like, but the game's fun as is, you know. I didn't get too crazy with making a bunch of custom wrestlers this time. I just kind of like played the game just as is with like the roster they already have basically and people that they're adding to it. So like I say, I want to do some different content as far as what games I play. And I was like, well, I can do WWE because I can draw some wrestlers right now. So yeah, the next couple videos will definitely be WWE inspired. Like I've been watching wrestling too, like most of my life, like since way back in the 80s with like Hogan, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, those days, like the first couple WrestleManias I remember. So, and I'll never forget my age because whatever year number it is a WrestleMania, that's the age I'll be that following October. So if I ever get senile and I don't remember my age, I just figure out what number WrestleMania they're on. I'll be, oh, okay, 81. Damn, we didn't been 81 WrestleManias. That's how old I am, right? So, yeah, I did an interesting match where I had her do champion against Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's killing it too. I might draw her. She got some dope outfits too. I can do a little more like Barbie girl kind of like vibes for her picture too, if I decide. But yeah, I think next I want to do Stephanie Vaquer because she's been on a run since, again, also, oh, she wasn't in AEW. She was in CMLL, which is Central Mexico Lucha Libre. That's like one of the oldest Lucha Libre companies in Mexico, next to AAA. But yeah, ever since she's been in WWE down in NXT, she's been killing it. She was double champion down there for a minute. Now she's up on the main roster, so she'll probably be wearing some championship gold here. I would say within a year. depending on where they want to go with some of the other women. I mean, we know Naomi's obviously going to win something because she's Money in the Bank, but I can see them positioning Stephanie Vaquero winning the Royal Rumble or something like that, and getting a title shot that way. But I think they're going to build her up as like this world beater. She was built up pretty strong in NXT. You know, she was double champ. Shit, that weekend of Money in the Bank, she wrestled like 3 matches. She wrestled a tag match with AAA. Then I think the night before she wrestled on SmackDown that Friday, and then she did 2 shows on Saturday. So it was just like she did the tag match for AAA at the one arena, then drove over to the main arena in LA and did the Money in the Bank match. I mean, she didn't win that one, but it's like, damn, 3 matches in 24 hours, like crazy. So she a workhorse. So I'm definitely gonna work on her stuff next, and then you know, continue to evolve my work with right now Photoshop and eventually going over to Clip Studio. Like I said, I got it set up. It's there. You know, I'm slowly messing with it. And I'm gonna just take the transition gradually. I'm not gonna rush it because I want things to look right. I want things to look consistent, and I want things to get better. So that I, you know, push myself in my work and in my craft and make the best work I can possibly make. I think that's just kind of the goal of anybody that's making art. But then, yeah, I didn't want to sit too long and not make some content. So I was just like, let me just put something out. I can still use Photoshop while I'm still learning the ropes of, you know, Clip Studio Paint, things like that. So, but we getting there. I figure within the next month or 2, maybe one of these WWE videos will be done fully in, you know, Clip Studio. So we'll see. As long as life ain't lifing, there's some things happening in the world, and it's getting a bit crazy out there. You know, the stuff going on in Iran, and I am in the military, so provided nothing too crazy life stuff happens, I should be here still making content, doing my thing. So, but I'm not going to talk for this whole video because I'm going to tell you it's a little bit long. I got about 3 matches. This Tiffany Stratton match goes for a little bit, not too long, but then we got a cage match, so stick around for the cage match. Stick around for the rest of the process video. I get the colors down and all the little, you know, shadows and special effects and things like that. And I will check in with y'all on the next video, which should be either be Stephanie or maybe Pentagon Jr. as he was in Lucha Underground, but he's just going by Penta in WWE. So I'll see. I think I might want to do Penta next because I want to draw his mask, and his like outfit is like really dope, and he's got a dope intro. So yeah, I want to do that. I may do a drawing of him doing the little Penta strut, the little walk he does. That was such a goofy little spot that happened in the match. So I went to splash her, and somehow my character got hurt. It was weird, but whatever. That was so stupid. But yeah, I'll probably do Penta next. I know I was supposed to do Hokutomaru from City of the Wolves. I actually have a little bit of that done with some matches. So if just for the sake of content, I need to get something out, I may put him in there too. So, but we're going to focus on the WWE guys. You know, I gotta see how I feel. But I do want to get the Hokutomaru stuff out when the time is ready for that. Maybe I'll do it closer when they get to like the SNK World Finals or whatever like that for their online championship series or whatever, or their Pro Tour championship series or whatever like that. But yeah, that's what I got coming down the pipeline. A lot of WWE stuff coming up here in a little bit, just to do something a little different. And then also too, I do have a new arcade board for my cabinet. So I got a CPS1 multi-kit, a dark soft. So I got all 35 CPS1 games. So there's a bunch of beat 'em ups and action games I want to play and draw. like Cadillac and Dinosaurs and The Punisher and Final Fight. All these games I want to play, so there'll be some more off-screen Candy Cap footage coming up too in a couple months. Now that I got that set up, but I will catch y'all in the next video. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Hit that like button, body slam it, elbow drop it, you know, like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube-y stuff for your boy. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
She's thinking she can end it all here. Looks like she's going to climb the steel cage. Up high. That's not what she was looking for there. present a challenge for even the most experienced superstars. If you ask me, the best strategy is to go all out and be as brutal as possible.
It's a cerebral approach. You have to outsmart your opponent by thinking outside the cage to get the win. Very different, but equally needs to find a chance here.
That puts her on the offensive. That can't stop you in your tracks. Goes it. Set it in the elbow. She fights her way to the elbow.
Just not going to let it end like this. The trio.
She's still very much in this match. Go behind. And the challenger's really not looking so hot now.
And at this point, you really have to wonder how much is left of this match.
Go behind.
Suplex.
This match in her favor.
count?
Sometimes when you unleash your best offense and it doesn't get the job done, you're taken out of your game. That's a real possibility in this match.
Jade Cargill on display. Jaded.
And that appears to have busted her open. Have you ever doubted the toughness of our female superstars? Let that be a lesson to you.
The champion's shot is palpable. The champ will have to dig deeper now.
The best shot was thrown, but
the unparalleled strength of Jade Cargill on display.
Jaded. Devastating maneuver by the champion. And up the side of the cage she goes.
The climb to the top now is going to take every ounce of energy.
Now she has to figure out a way down. She's trying. Half her body's over the top of the cage.
I would tell her don't look down, but all there is now is down.
Yeah, the easy part was getting up there.
And with that, Jade Cargill continues her reign.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your WWE Women's and WWE Women's World Champion, Jade Cargill.
She manages to hold on to both titles. Amazing.
She had a lot riding on tonight, and she was able to successfully defend not just one, but
A storm is coming.